Well folks, welcome back again. We're back on the beach. We're fishing on Kilpatrick beach today. So there's a look at the water. I have one rod out. I'm going to put your second one out now in a few minutes. We've just got the one rod out there to start with. At the minute there's only myself and Stephen here. There's Stephen up there and he has one rod out, getting his second one ready there as well. So yeah, at the moment two of us. But we are waiting on the other three more lads going to join us then as well. Paddy and Brian and Brendan are going to join us as well. So that's 2 weeks now since I put up a video, so I'll get this one done and get it up during the week. The last one you saw was actually the competition, club competition that I won. So I fished the Master Angler in between this and that competition that you saw. I fished the Master Angler. Let's just say that didn't go to plan. So yeah, that didn't really go to plan, how we wanted things to go, but it is what it is. Blanked on the first session. The second session then, because of the way the fishing was and everything else in the sea, and we moved, the second session was moved from the beach we were supposed to be on, and then we were moved to Dodds Rock, where my zone was moved onto Dodds Rock, and weed after weed, like unbelievable amount of weed coming out. So yeah, so that was a bit of a disaster. You know, so that was a bit of a disaster as well. So that was it. That didn't go to plan. So that didn't go the way we wanted it to go. So hopefully now we're back just to do a little bit of fishing, and hopefully we can catch a few fish and show you. So but that's it folks. There's the rod tip there. That's the one that's not in the water. There's what it is in the water. This one is in the water. Right folks, so that's it. Welcome back, and hopefully we can get a few fish for you. Stephen's reeling in his first cast there. We'll just watch him see if he got anything on it. And I'll switch you around, I'll take mine in as well. These are scratching rigs right in close, 15-20 yards out, just to see what's there. And then we've put two bigger baits out as well. So he has a full herring on one and I have a sprat on the other one to see if we can pick up anything. Yeah, baits are all gone, but no fish on that one. So now folks, I'm going to take that in there and we'll see if I actually have anything on that one. Folks, nothing on there, so good. I'm going to move it out a little bit. I'm not going to put it back in. I'll put it out 30 or 40 yards, go a little bit further with the next one. That one was only out about, I don't know, maybe 15 yards. So we'll go a little bit forward with the next one, see if we can pick up anything on there. That's it. Now we put that one out there about 30 yards, so we'll see how that goes. So twice the distance I put out the first one. First one's only about 15 yards out, so I put out about 30 yards. So twice the distance of that first cast. Let's see, can we pick up anything there, or are we going to have a very, very quiet night here? We'll see what happens. But it's a lovely evening, so quite happy to be out and about. I don't know if Stephen's getting it. Anything cap there or not. Just put it across onto him and see. No, still no joy in that one either. We're fishing the dropping tide here, which is probably not ideal. We'd probably rather be fishing the rising tide, but sure, it is what it is. It's nice to get out of the house for a few hours. there you go, folks. First little fish. Little schoolie. Hopefully they get bigger. Hopefully they get bigger. But little schoolie there now, start off, at least it's a fish. So I had a big bait out there for, I suppose anything really, but you know, there's maybe for, see if we can pick up a spore dog or something like that. That's what the bigger bait's really out there for, it's on a wire trace. So in case there's any spore dogs around, so we just got fleeced by crabs. To be quite honest about it, that's what happened to us. I have to bring it back in there to change, and it was absolutely fleeced by crabs. You can actually see them pulling and looking at it there. So a lot of crab activity out there by the looks of it. So we'll get that one back out anyway. We'll get the big one rebaited and get it back out there. So we'll talk to you again in a bit. So we leave you there, focus on that rod for a few minutes, and I'll see if I can get this other one baited back up. See if we pick up an old bite on that rod. For you guys watching. I'll get this rebaited, get it back out there. Right, I'm going to take in a scratching rod now and see if there's anything on that. I did get a couple of little taps on it, not much, so there is a fish on there. It's going to be very small, so we'll get it in and we'll see if there's anything on there. So yeah, so just bear with me if we'll have a look. Well folks, you can see I've got a little flounder there, so I'm going to get him off and get him back in. He's a tiny little fellow. So we'll get him off and we will get him back in there. What is it, whitening? So Stephen has a little whitening there as well folks. So I've got a little flounder and Stephen has a little whitening there. Well, there we go, folks. First little fish on the session for myself. Little flounder. Only a small little fellow, so got him on a piece of salted lugworm. That's what I got him on. So Stevie had a little white in there now as well at the same time. So just two fish there now for Stephen. He's got a little bass and a little white, and I got that little flounder. So yeah, hopefully we can pick up a few more, maybe a few bigger ones, bigger flounder, maybe some bigger bass as well. So yeah, so happy enough. So we will let you go, and we'll talk to you again soon. So hopefully we can pick up a few more fish. Well, folks, a little bit of an update, I suppose, and welcome back to the channel and stuff like that. So didn't do it, the intro probably wasn't great in this video, but anyway, however, welcome back. A little bit of an update just before it gets dark. It's starting to get dark now, so just before we have to start using lights and stuff, a little bit of an update. There's only two of us still only here. We're here about an hour now, and we've had 3 fish between the two of us. Stephen's had a little school bass that I showed you, he had a little whiting that I didn't show you, and I had a little flounder there that you saw me reeling in. So that's it, that's the three fish. That's all we've had in the time we've been here, but about an hour we've been here. Selection of baits, we've got Maddie's, salted lug, ragworm, herring, sprat, whiting we're going to use for bait as well. We have some frozen stuff there, some that died from previous sessions. We have some frozen whiting in there as well. So that's what we're going to use for our bait tonight. So as I said, we have the bigger bait, the bigger rods out there, wire trace, to see if we can pick up a spore dog. We may not, we may not. But something else could take as well, dogfish, maybe a bass come past and take a sprat or a piece of herring or something like that. So we have those bigger baits out there anyway. And we have then just the scratching rigs just with Maddie's and rag and stuff like that on there as well. So but that's it, little bit of an update. Not much happening, all very quiet, I suppose. We'll see, hopefully now when darkness comes in, this beach does seem to fish a little bit better under the hours of darkness anyway. We've always found that here. Once the kind of darkness sets in, if we're going to catch any decent sized bass, they'll start to come in and feed as well. So we do find that a little bit better on this beach. It is better to fish it under the hours of darkness. Ideally you'd want the rising tide. It's dropping at the minute, so ideally you'd want it rising. Is what it is. We're happy enough to come fish a few hours anyway. But that's it, folks. That's kind of all we need to update you with. I suppose that's it. Hopefully we can catch a few more fish, and I'll show you a few fish. We might get a few more when the other lads come as well. We'll have more rods in the water, and we might have a few fish to show you. That's it. We didn't blank anyway. We saved the blank. So that's it. Saved the blank. I've had a blank in a session this year already. The Master Angler last week, the first 4-hour session of that competition. I think 3 fish won my zone. I didn't pick up a fish at all. Most people, I think, out of the 100 anglers that was fishing, I'd say probably half of the 100 anglers blanked in that first session. It was tough going. We were in the section C, in zone C. In D, 5 out of the 25 anglers in that zone caught fish. The other 20 anglers blanked. So it was tough going in that session. So I did blank on that one. So I've had a blank session already this year. Then the second session, it was just constant weed. 10 minutes fishing, 20 minutes cleaned off weed. Managed some fish alright, but you know, tough going. And yeah, and I'm not afraid to say that I didn't go back the second day. I fished the first 2 sessions, and I was back on Dodds Rock again the next morning. and just in case that weed was there again, I didn't want to face that for another 4 hours, so I didn't go back. I didn't go back and finish the third session. It is what it is. Chance had well gone anyway, of coming anywhere in the field. Stephen did the best from our club. I'm not 100% sure where he finished, but he had a fish on that first session. The second session he was on Rooney's Point, he had 32 fish, so he fished well in that one. Still finished well down the zone though, in fairness, and I think he had 10 fish in the next day, but yeah, still finished way down the field. Tough going. Best anglers in the country are all fishing in that master angler, so good experience I suppose for the first, well, an experience we'll say. I don't know how good it was, but an experience of fishing anyway, for the first time. I qualified last year for this year's master angler in my first year fishing in competition, so I was happy enough with that, and now we've experienced it. We'll try again. We'll try again for next year, maybe, we'll see. But that's just a little update for you folks. So that's it. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye bye. Well folks, welcome back. It's taken a little while, but we do have another fish to show you. And there you go there, look. Tiny little whitening. So not much of a fish to show you, but a fish all the same. Oh, jump out of my hands here. So there you go, look. Tiny little whitening. So only lip hook, so we'll get him to go back. He's perfectly fine. We're going to get him to go back. You can see him wiggling and moving there. He's perfectly fine. We'll get him to go back. Only a little lightly lipped hook. So yeah, there we go. Second fish for myself. Tiny little whitening. So that's it. We'll talk to you again soon. Well folks, welcome back. Stephen has a triple shot there. So he's got a 2 flounder and a little whitening there, and a trace that's going to go in the bin. But it looks so yeah, 2 flounder and a whiting there, so a treble shot. So maybe fish is going to pick up a little bit. So this is a few fish there, and I have now down here as well. I'll show you this. Not worth showing now, mind you, but I have a tiny little whiting there. Look, there he is there. Tiny little whiting. So yeah, so at least maybe it might pick up a little bit. Hopefully it does, because at the minute there's not a lot happening. So tiny little whiting there. Stephen has 2 flounder and a whiting on his rod there. So look, this is a few fish there to show you. We'll let you go, and I will talk to you again soon. Well folks, welcome back to the channel again. Not much to report, not since Stephen had those treble shot, the 2 flounder and the whitening. I had that single little whitening. Not much else has happened. The rest of the lads have arrived now, alright. They're late, got stuck in work or whatever happened there. Later getting out of work than what he thought they were actually going to be. So they're setting up there now as well. So but yeah, that's it. So not much to report. Very slow. So I've had actually I did have another little whitening that I didn't show you, but that's it. Finger length whitening. That's what we're getting. So I've had 3 whitening and a flounder, and that's it. And Stephen had those. I think Stephen had 3 whitening, 3 flounder, and a rockling and a little bass. So Stephen hasn't been too bad. I didn't see some of the fish, but I showed you the triple shot, and I showed you his little bass, and I didn't bother bringing you up to show you whitening and stuff. When you've seen one, you've seen them all. So but that's it. So he's had a few fish. He's had in fairness, he's about 8 fishing. So yeah, so not too bad for him, I suppose. Brian's setting up now, and Paddy's set up the other side of me. I think Brennan's hurt his foot or something. Brennan's not fishing, so. But yeah, so that's a little bit of a report, a little bit of an update. Fairly quiet, but look, as I said, we'll keep fishing away, and we'll see what happens. I'm not sure how long we're going to stay or anything like that, but we'll see what happens. We'll keep at it and keep going. And next week then we're back to fishing club competitions. We're fishing a club competition on Wicklow Beach, Wicklow North Beach, next Sunday I think it is. Not sure what time yet, but I'd say it's going to be early if you want to catch the high tide. I think we're going to be fishing early if we're going to catch the high tide. So I'll probably record that for you again then as well. So we'll see how we go on that. So that's the first of our qualifiers for next year's Master Angler. So that's the first one. So everybody will be trying to do fairly well in that competition to build up their points or for the Master Angler, for the qualifying for that for next year. So that's what's happening next week. That's on a Sunday. I'd say it's going to be Sunday morning. I'd say I think the high tide could be around 1 o'clock on Sunday in Wicklow next Sunday, around 1 o'clock I think. So we'll probably start, you'd want to maybe fish 10 o'clock, 3 hours of the rise, the turn, and then the last hour of the drop, or a little bit long, an hour and a half of the drop. So that's maybe what we'll do next week. Not 100% sure yet, it's not up to me to make the call on that, but if it was me, that's the kind of times we'd be fishing. So yeah, so that's it folks. We'll let you go and I will talk to you again soon. Hopefully with some fish. Welcome back folks. So latest little fish. Have to get them for you. To show you. Tiny little rockling. There we go. Tiny little rockling. See if you can see his little beards. So that's it folks. Latest little fish I've got there. Little rockling. So not too much to report. Still very slow. Pick up the odd little miniatures, micros, little whitening this size, little rockling, little flounder. The double shot flounder you saw earlier that Stephen got were probably the two best fish that we've got so far. Very quiet and not a huge amount happening. So I'm going to get this little guy back and we'll talk to you again soon. Welcome back folks. Well, all I can do is for today is apologise for the quality and the size of the fish we're catching. There you go. Another micro, tiny little ling, even smaller than the last one I've had. So yeah, tiny little fish, tiny little ling. There it is there. That's it. Fortunately, I didn't get to show you. Paddy had a dogfish there. So yeah, that's it. Like tiny little things. That's all we're getting. Small little fish. That's the most of the fish that I've caught tonight. I've only caught one fish on a ragworm, and I caught the rest of them all on salted lugworm. That's what I do with the leftover lug. Just salt it and freeze it, and it holds up, and you can use it again rather than waste it. It's catching some fish anyway. I've caught 6 fish now, and 5 out of the 6 fish have been caught in that salted lug. Yeah, I'm using ragworm and maddies as well there. But yeah, not producing a lot. So, right, gonna get this little guy back, and we will talk to you again soon. Well, folks, there you go. At least somebody's catching a different sort of fish or something. Half decent. 2 flatfish there for Brian. 2 flounder ready? Yeah, 2 flounder. So 2 flounder. Might have to have the little rockling there as well. So there is still a few fish about being caught, but they're all very small. There's nothing of any decent size. So look, we'll leave you there at that. Brian's going to get them off and get them back, and we'll leave you there at that. So we'll talk to you again soon. Well folks, welcome back. And there we go. Another rockling. So that's 3 of these guys about to have this. That's probably the biggest out of the 3 of them. So I've had 3 rockling, 4 whiting, and that little flounder that I had earlier. So yeah, so that's it. Another little fish there. As I said already, the quality of the fish tonight aren't up to a lot. But yeah, we're still catching a few fish. So that's it. So you just showed you Brian's 2 flounder there a second ago, and basically when I was taking in mine, I actually saw this little lad's bite. Give it a good little rattle in fairness for the size of the fish. So I actually saw his little rattle after I showed you Brian's fish, and there you go, it's the very next fish. Right, that's it. He's a small little rockling, not much to show, but yeah, small little rockling. So that's it, folks. And then I'm back, and I will talk to you again soon. Well, folks, welcome back. So everybody who's fishing has had a few fish. There's four of us fishing, and everybody's had some fish. Paddy's had a dogfish, Brian's had 2 flounder, and Stephen's had 7 or 8 fish there as well. And I've had similar. I think I've had 3 rockling, 4 whiting, and the flounder. So I think that's so that's it. 8 fish that I've had as well. All small, all nothing big at all. Even the flounder were really of no size. Even 2 Stephen got earlier on that I showed you. They were probably the biggest of the flounder, and not a great size at all. Everything we're getting like is small. Except for Paddy's dogfish, it was a good sized dogfish that Paddy got. But everything else have only been small little fish. That last rockling that I showed you was the biggest of the rockling I've had, and it was probably bigger than the whiting that I had as well, to be honest. I think maybe one of them earlier on might have been a bit bigger, but everything we got very, very small. Even the little bass Stephen got earlier on, very early on, probably on his 2nd cast or something like that. That bass was only very small. So there was lots of small little fish there feeding. Just watching the light on top of my rod from here. So yeah, so all small little fish, but that's just the way it is. I will still put the video out and I'll show you what we got. It's just one of those things. Is what it is. No big fish to show. It's not going to be a very interesting video, but it is what it is. I'm going to put all the videos that we do. I'm going to do once I record them. I'm going to put them out there. So it doesn't matter if they're all big fish, you'll see those. All small fish, you'll see those. No fish, you will also see those videos. So it doesn't make any difference what they are. You'll still see them. There's very few videos where you won't actually see a fish, because when I go out fishing, there's 3 or 4 or 5 of us fishing. So even if I blank, someone will get a fish. So that's just a little update, folks. Everybody's had some fish. Everybody's had some fish. We're still picking up a few small ones. The tide is turned now, and it's coming back in. High tide is not till 2 in the morning. We won't be here, so so yeah, I'm not sure what time we're going to stay till, but we certainly won't be here for high tide. So we'll be well up the road. So yeah, so that's just all we have, I suppose. Rigs wise, I'm using the boom rig. That's what I'm using there now, and I still have an up and over panel rig out there as well to see can we catch a spore dog or anything like that. But that's not likely either now with low water as well. So, but I have it out there. I did have one really good bite on it. A couple of really good strong pull downs. I'd say it was probably a dogfish. But yeah, that's the only really bite I've had on. I'm using herring and sprat, and at the moment I'm using whitening on it. So I have some whitening out there on it now at the minute. So I did get a really good bite on the last cast there with the whitening. So that's it, folks. So yeah, you know, that's a little bit of an update, and we'll keep at it for another little while anyway, and see what happens. So that's it, and we will talk to you again soon. Hopefully again with some fish and maybe a little better quality of a fish than what we have been showing you. But yeah, that's it. We will talk to you again soon. There we go, folks. Brian has another little double shot there. Now this time it's 2 rockling. Doesn't believe in catching 1 fish at a time. Most of the time the out rockling are handy enough to get off, you know what I mean? So they don't usually take too deep, you know what I mean? They're quite easy to get off compared to, say, them flounder. There you go. 2 little rockling there. We get them back. drop them in there, they go on. There we go. There we go, folks. 2 more little fish, 2 little rockling for Brian that time. Well, folks, welcome back. Another fish. Flounder for Paddy this time. Decent as well. He's big, probably the biggest one we've had in the night anyway, of anybody. Has he swallowed it down, has he?
Yeah.
I have one here. Do you want me to take it off you?
Yeah.
Let him right down onto the ground there first.
That's why I was holding it. I didn't want it.
No, let him down there. Drop that down a bit. Just keep that, hold that there, is that right? I'm going to take this lid off. Take your fingers out of there.
Oh yeah. Over there.
Just hold that way.
You get that light pulled first. Before he shook his head.
Alright.
And I thought it was another doggy. You know that? Most of them old doggies must attack from the side, man. If I knew they always cut on the side of the mouth, ain't they?
That's basically actually, you're not swallowing it then.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I had no problem getting the hook out of the doggy.
Mackerel?
Huh?
Mackerel you got about? There, over.
Was it? It's still in mackerel. Yeah, put four cuts in to let it move out in the water.
No, folks, there we go. On hook, not a bottom bottom. Go back there now, no problem.
Now you throw them out, I'll go and shoot it.
Well, folks, welcome back. More fish for you. Again, nothing big. Little rockling. Again, there's the second rockling. And we have a whitening on the bottom, so there we go. Triple shot. So there we go, 3 of them there together. Two rockling and a whitening. So nothing big, but nothing big, but a few fish all the same. So triple shot there. So we're going to get them off, and we'll get them back in because they're all only lightly hooked. You don't ever seem to really deep hook the rockling. So they're all good, the rockling are. This whitening on the other hand is a different story. This is a different story with this lad. Well down this thing, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you there. I'm going to get the 2 rockling back into the water, and we'll have a look at this white. I don't think there we go. We popped it out there. Happy days. We've got to straight him off. It was a little bit harder than what I thought, but there he is. He'll go back. So there you go. We get the 3 of them back into the water. Happy days. There we go. Little triple shot. Nothing big, but 3 all the same. So that's it. We'll let you go. Hopefully we get a couple more fish. Talk to you again soon. Well, folks, welcome back. It's 10 o'clock now, so this is probably the last little update I do. I'm going to stay for another half an hour, I think. Started today about 5 or just a little before 5, so about 5 hours. So we're going to stay for another half an hour or so. So, but yeah, everything we've got today is big, small, nothing of any size at all. That last little treble shot that I showed you, I haven't had anything since that. I had a 3-bearded, a 5-bearded and a whitening. So I had a little 5-bearded rockling on that cast and that treble shot. And Paddy's after getting a 5-bearded there now as well. So plenty of rockling about. I've had 5 rockling now. Brian's had 2, and I think Paddy's had 3, I think, at this stage. So yeah, so plenty of small little rockling around. So yeah, so I broke down one of the rods. I broke down the big rod now. Just been out there, different baits, herring, mackerel, sprat, and whiting going out on it all night at different times, trying different baits, different times. So and I had one bite on it, which I'd say was probably a dogfish. So yeah, not a huge amount happened. So I broke it down now. I'm just going to fish with the one rod for the last half an hour or so. Only a couple of casts. I'm going to take this cast in now and see what the story is with it. I'll probably have 2 more casts, and that'll be it. So and again, as usual, we will bring you back if we get any more fish. We're going to show you all of my own fish. I haven't been showing you all the Paddy's fish and Brian's fish, but I'll show you my own fish that I'm getting there. And again, they're not nothing really great to write home about or anything like that. So small little fish, but look, it kept us going. We got a few fish, and that's it, I suppose. So look, that's a little update for you. I think I've had maybe 12 fish, something like that now, around 12 fish now at this stage. So yeah, a few fish anyway. So happy enough. Been out of the house for a few hours, and spent the evening on the beach there. So that's it, folks. I'll let you go, and I will talk to you again soon. Well, folks, I did say I'd bring you back if I got any more fish. And there we go. Another little rockling. Little tree beard at this time, so another little rockling there. So there we go. Again, tiny little fish. So tiny that. We'll get him back. So there he goes there. Tiny little rockling. So we get him back and we talk again soon. Well, folks, welcome back. We're all after taking the rods in there together. Brian's after having a little flounder. Paddy had a double shot of rockling, I think, down there. And now I've had this rockling. Well, so we're all to get fish there all together. This is by far the biggest rockling I've had tonight. So not a monster by any means either. We get him on hook now, and I'll show you. Have a look at him. Usually handy enough to get off. Yep. It's full of sand now. So there we go, folks. Little rockling. And again, see those little beards to sit up. Put them all up together. So again, you can see there. You can see 4 out of his 5. So again, he's a little 5-bearded rockling. Can't get you to stand up properly, but he has another little beard here on this side. But there you go, you would see it now. So there you go, little 5-bearded rockling. So that's 2 5-bearders I've had now this evening. So that's it, folks. I'm going to get this guy back. I'm going to have 1 more cast each, I think, and then we're going to call it a night. So we'll talk to you again soon. Hopefully we have another little fish or 2 for you.